Hello and welcome to another modelling video. This is Alan from the Makona Man at YouTube with another model video. Building the BM-21 by 4D models in 1/72nd scale. A part of the third generation of armoured fighting vehicles from the brand, retails for around $10. A really neat injection moulded 5 runners 5 parts truck, which you do not normally come across this cheap and this detailed with full chassis, clear parts and drive shaft. The Grad 21 is a Soviet rocket launcher system of a battery on top of a fairly standard truck of the period around the 60s. One of the most standout variants of the Second World War Katyusha system, and still in operation to this very day around the world and in multiple current conflicts. It already has Soviet parade decals plastered on the side, metal axles for playability, and pretty clear and easy to follow instructions. Even if a snap kit, I'm using basic tools and traditional scale modelling methods to build, glue and address some issues for painting. With all great track and wheel kits, we start with the very bottom. The wheels come in 2 halves, snap fitting, and the chassis starts off in a single piece with some box components snapping in, diff drive shaft, and the axle going through the suspension with the wheels. More geared for younger audiences, there is articulation and the wheels do roll. Same thing with the rest of the project, it's very easy and the construction fell together in one session easily. The hollow engine is a very nice touch. It's not insulting like a 10-piece 5-minute job such as the first generation, but there's a lot of gimmicks and attention to detail which you can easily sink your teeth into. Seams and injection pin marks are very well hidden excluding the wheels. Tons of raised and panelled detail for painting. The proportions and scale feels very appropriate. Some of the joints can be pretty tight with very small pegs and breakages could be possible. So I'm thinking an older child, teenager, but not an issue for an adult builder. The cabin and internals is when things get really interesting and a lot of fun, with the rear tray and the missile system just falling together, which is also articulated and swivels around. The only major drawback is the plastic is reclaimed and a bit brittle with a mix of styrene ABS. Nowhere near as gritty as earlier generations, but the injection moulding and quality resembles a very early 60s to 80s Airfix or Matchbox models. Not the best responding to plastic cement, but the sheer nostalgia and easy access to something this cool is worth every second and cent spent. If you have any sense of excitement or neediness looking at it, I highly recommend just jumping online and ordering it straight away. Complete guilt-free piece for a very quick and low-effort mental build after larger, more intimidating projects. A gift to a beginner or reigniting passion for the hobby. Finished snap piece with no extra effort is truly awesome. Would be respectable as a die-cast toy standalone. With painting, nothing too special. My usual small cheap airbrush rig and compressor. Usual double action gravity feed at 12 to 15 psi. First with watered down automotive thinner with bulk hardware store lacquer thinner. No faults or issues to speak of, and jumped straight to my 3-piece Soviet paint mix from an automotive outlet custom mixed for me. Nice heavy base coat of the darkest green, a top-down shading approach with the middle green, and the lightest shade of green only shaded on the very top. Everything is thinned to a watery consistency where it sticks to the side of a clear container and draws down in a transparent manner. Opaque sticking is too thick and completely running down is too thin. The layers were applied one after the other immediately and moved on to the very next stage. The picture and instructions didn't give much colour reference as it's meant to be left alone out of the box. Google is your friend for references, and pulling out some of my pre-coloured hobby paint, I touched up sections like headlights, indicator lights, stop lights, tyre black for all the wheels, with a neatly kept fine makeup brush. Also purchased ridiculously cheap from AliExpress. The cabin was not permanently glued down yet, which gave me access to paint things like the controls, interior and leather seats. After an hour drying, I watered down Tamiya accent colour with gum turpentine and gave it a heavy sludged wash, which sunk into all the details and created shadowed and dirt definition. In my surplus decal bin, I found a nice generic Soviet sheet that's probably 20 to 30 years old, and it had no problem being cut, soaked and sliding on. Allowing that to sit for a couple of hours, I busted out some homebrew clear mat and dusted everything on. Unfortunately, because I was rushing and doing everything in one sitting, I did experience some silvering and cracking. Bit of a bummer of my own impatience and sloppy recklessness, but still doesn't take away how cool this project is, and persevered in using PVA glue to glue the clear bit and the final cabin onto the body. Slowly but surely, 4D is just continuing to grow on me and rivals one of my favourite small scale military vehicle brands. Never really did hid my feelings about this. Overall, I'm just really excited for the future this brand may deliver. And most important, a cheap source of decent models for those who can't afford or get into the more enthusiastic and finer side of the hobby. This is also pretty close to one of my most favourite builds from this brand that I've experienced so far, but slowly working through the third generation of armour. With as much fun I had with the last build, I just can't stop expressing how much the bar has been raised with this one. Word of warning, the catalogue and quality is absolutely huge and things may vary depending on subject. Thank you very much for watching, and as always, until next time, stay tuned for further content. All references in the description section down below, and we'll catch you guys next time. See ya.